When you picture a successful illustrator, what comes to mind? 100,000 Instagram followers, a long list of awards, maybe a client list full of big names. Success as an illustrator isn't always what you think it is. A lot of the traditional markers of success, money, fame, followers, and awards, don't always equal a sustainable career or a happy one. So let's challenge some of those myths and really think about what success means to you. It's going to be different for everyone. So until you define what your version of success looks like, you might be chasing the wrong goals. So let's look at some myths around success. Myth number one, success equals lots of followers. If you have 100,000 followers online, you've made it, right? Followers don't always equal clients, a steady income, or fulfilling work. Lots of illustrators with small online followings make good money, and plenty of illustrators with a lot of followers still struggle to find regular paid work. I've worked with illustrators with basically no social media who are still busy working on incredible projects with great clients and big budgets. As you'll have seen from a lot of my recent videos, I think creatives should be trying to become more visible online and building up their following. That's because having that network of fans and followers makes everything else easier. There's a shortcut to trust when people can see you have a large following. People see you have 100,000 followers and think, well, all those people can't be wrong. I'll follow this person too. The more you grow, the easier it is to grow. I've said before that for artists, most of your online following is going to be other creatives. That includes a large majority of people who are never going to hire you. But there's probably also a small minority of people following you who might hire you one day. So the larger your online following is overall, the more potential clients are going to be in the mix. Having a large online following also means you're a more interesting prospect for different kinds of projects like brand deals and collaborations. If you can help a client introduce their products to your followers, that's good for them, but you don't get those kinds of projects with a small following. But it's a lot of effort to build up followers and fans online and maintaining and nurturing that following. It takes a lot of time that could be spent refining your style or getting in touch with clients directly. It's an important part of the mix of things that you can do to market your work, but it's not the whole story. Myth number two, success equals loads of money. If you have a great year as an illustrator financially, you are successful. Well, yes. From a business point of view, you have been successful, and being paid a lot of money to do what you love is a great position to be in. But that doesn't mean your next year is going to be financially successful too. You're still at the mercy of the ups and downs of freelancing, just like anybody else is. As you climb this particular success ladder, you'll likely be working with more demanding clients. Bigger budgets generally mean less creative control for you and more intense projects. At the start of your career, simply being able to pay your bills from freelancing is a great goal to have. And as you progress, your clients will be bigger and more prestigious. Making good money and working with cool clients can be kind of addictive. Many freelancers get into a rhythm of jumping from one project to the other, and over time, they burn themselves out. If you're in your 20s with loads of energy and time and not too many commitments, it is probably a good thing to push yourself to make good money and be really ambitious. But priorities change over time. You don't necessarily want to be working 16-hour days for 10 years straight. If making lots of money is your goal, there are plenty of easier ways to do it than being a freelance illustrator. Myth number three, success equals big name clients and lots of awards. Landing a huge client or winning awards is the ultimate marker of success. Maybe. These are amazing milestones, and one big name client can make it easier to land a second and a third big name client. But they still don't guarantee a long-term career. Some illustrators have their moment in the limelight and work with loads of great clients. Then for some reason, it dries up and they don't want you anymore. Maybe a style is trendy for a few years, but simply goes out of fashion. Big brands want to differentiate themselves from their competition. So if you work for a handful of big name clients, eventually they'll want to move in a different direction to stand out from the crowd. It's a good problem to have if you're the hot illustrator for a few years, because you can really make a name for yourself. But you have to push yourself to evolve, otherwise your clients might leave you behind. Winning an award can be a proud and validating moment, I've heard, I've never done it, and it can introduce your work to a wider audience. But it's hard to say how much it actually helps your career. Looks good on your website, but does it help you find new clients? Not necessarily. Early on in your career, you'll probably have some dream clients on your list. Maybe you'll cross some of them off, maybe you'll add others too, but they come and go. Chances are your best clients through your career aren't going to be the biggest brands in the world. They'll probably be smaller clients who you can develop a really strong relationship with. That's hard to do with a big megacorp brand. Myth number 4. Success equals respect from your peers. Being admired by other creatives means you're successful. It's certainly nice to be respected and admired by other artists, but clients pay the bills. You can be a respected artist and still struggle financially. I'm sure we'd all like a bit more validation from our peers, and that respect can be turned into opportunities. Speaking, teaching, selling products, writing books, but you might find it to be quite unsatisfying ultimately. A balance of respecting your niche and a stable income sounds great, but you can also be successful in other areas without most people knowing who you are. Success is personal, flexible, and it will change over time. How you define success in your first year of freelancing will be quite different to the 10th year or the 30th year. Ambition is a driving force to establish yourself in the industry and make a name for yourself. After 10 to 15 years of pushing hard, you'll probably have some great successes under your belt, but you might value flexibility and work-life balance more at that point in your life. And after 30 years, you can look back over your decades of work and feel really proud of what you've achieved. But the goal then might be more about giving back to the community and teaching and helping other people succeed. I've been lucky enough to work with some fantastic illustrators who have had 40, 50-year careers in some cases, and they're still working, but they don't have the same desire to build an audience and seek out big clients as younger artists do. They still do the work because they love it. They don't need the hassle of crazy deadlines. They just want to work on projects that they'll enjoy, get paid well for their skill, and enjoy their lives outside of work. However you define success now, lean into it, go for it with everything you've got, but review it every couple of years to make sure your goals are still aligned with how you're approaching work. So I want to run through a quick activity here. Grab a pen and some paper, and I'm going to do it with you. This is just a simple brainstorming exercise to figure out what success means to you right now. Here are some prompts to get you started. Write down the ones that resonate and feel free to add your own too. Does success mean simply being a full-time illustrator? Does it mean being your own boss? Is it about earning a certain amount of annual income? 30,000, 50,000, 100,000? Does it mean a small number of clients who you can build relationships with, or a more varied client list every year? Maybe it's about building your dream home studio. Do you want to win awards? Do you want to get an agent? Is it reaching a certain number of followers online? Is it working with specific dream clients? Is it about respect from other illustrators? Does success to you mean being able to sell your own products rather than working with clients every day? Does it mean being recognized as an authority in your niche? It could mean being the best at your style, whatever best means. Could it mean also simply just enjoying going to work every morning, or having the freedom to say no to projects that don't interest you? Success could mean that you're always learning new things and experimenting. How about being able to support your family? Or maybe you want plenty of time to spend with your kids. You might also want to have a career that lasts decades, not just a short-term approach. Anything you want to add to this list, feel free to add it to the comments. I'm really curious to know how you define success. The point is, there's no right or wrong answers here. It's completely personal. My list at this point in my life is really all about freedom. The freedom to work on what I want to work on. I want to be my own boss. I want to have time to spend on my hobbies, YouTube, writing, learning new things and trying them out. I also like making money. I'm not ashamed to say that. Money gives me the freedom to do the things that I want to do with my life. I do also enjoy helping other people out, and there are unselfish reasons to do that, but there are also some selfish ones too. I like helping people succeed, but I also like the respect I've gained over the last few years through this channel and my book. What can I say? It feels nice. I don't have kids. I have very few responsibilities at the moment. I'm in a stage of career growth, trying to achieve the life that I want for the long term. If I repeat this exercise in 5 years, I'll be 43. Chances are high that my priorities and time commitments will be quite different then. I might not have time to create a YouTube video every week. I might want to spend that time with a partner or kids or traveling. I don't know exactly, but I do know that it will definitely change. Your definition of success will change. What feels like the priority today might not matter at all in 10 years. Once you've got a few things written down, that also means you've made the choice not to include some of those things. So you have a clear path to move towards the things that you want and to ignore everything else. You can't chase every version of success at once. It's impossible. Pick a few that are meaningful to you right now and go all in. Here are some examples. If your version of success is financial security, focus on client outreach, leveling up your skills so you can charge more, and building reliable relationships with clients and a steady pipeline of work. If it's audience and visibility, double down on posting consistently online, collaborating with other creatives, and putting yourself in front of more people. If it's freedom and balance, learn to say no to projects that don't serve you, or to explore side income streams so you're not only relying on client work. If it's creative growth that you want, set time aside for personal projects and experiments, even if they don't pay off right away. If it's longevity in your career, think about developing strong client relationships, getting repeat work, and building a reputation for being reliable. A couple of years spent laser focused on your primary goal and ignoring everything else will change your life. And when your life changes, so will your definition of success. So check back in with yourself every couple of years. Success isn't necessarily a finish line, it's a general direction. The more clearly you define it, the more likely you are to build a career that feels right for you. The path you choose doesn't lock you in forever. You're just setting your compass for the next stage of your career. What feels like success today might feel completely different 5 years from now. That's not failure, that's growth. So don't worry about getting it perfect, just focus on being clear with yourself about what is and isn't important. So that's my take on success. Now I want to hear from you. What does success look like for you right now? Drop your answers in the comments. If you found this video helpful, you might also like this video on 100-day challenges, and you can subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.